Hey, I'm glad you're here. These vlogs are a weekly recap of what actually went on in my jewelry business, like the wins, the messes, what I made, what I sold, things I learned. I'll also be sharing pieces of my personal life because when you run a creative business, there's no solid line between work and actual life. Everything feeds everything, and this series is about trying to showcase that in real time. So, with that being said, I actually did not post last week because I was away. My little brother, who lives in Portland, was feeling a little homesick, so I popped up there to visit him. To be real, things are still pretty slow here. In the past couple weeks, I've made one website order. It was a few $100s, so it was significant, but just the one. And I just got in a pretty big wholesale order. In the past few years, I've really tracked my finances so I can truly understand when and where the money is coming in. And it's made me feel a lot more confident about these downtimes when not much is happening because I know that every year this is a downtime. This is a historical happening, and I have to have that confidence that things will pick back up just like they will every year. That being said, there's definitely still things I have to do. I used to take those Flourish and Thrive classes, if anyone has done that, and they call them revenue generating activities. So I've done almost no revenue generating activities this month. I've just been very creative and playful. One of my goals for this week is to get back into doing that because it's time and I don't want to run out of money and feel stressed out. Because another thing I've learned in the past few years is that when you make decisions based on fear for your business, it usually does not work out very well. I want to make decisions that come from like a clear, focused place where I'm making that decision because I know that I'm moving towards something that I want, not away from something I don't want. Something really fun that I am doing this month is I've been wanting to invest in some education for a while and I'm just never sure where to turn. I was even thinking kind of a private mentor because one of my problems is I have very specific things I want to learn. I was kind of apprenticed to someone when I learned how to make jewelry, so I learned how to make her type of jewelry. And although I've taught myself some more skills since then, I have very specific things I know how to do and a lot of gaps in my education. So I saw that Lucy Walker, has anyone ever taken her classes? Like she's an online class teacher and she has a whole system, it looks like, and she was offering the first month for $1 and it's only like $40 a month after that. So it felt like a safe risk. I've been enjoying it very much. The classes that I'm taking with her that I'm the most focused on are a like kind of more, I call them authentic prongs. I do what I call, fashion prongs, but I want to make like those traditional looking basket prongs. And I also would love to learn flush setting. I find flush setting so appealing. So those are the techniques I'm working on online. I have also started playing around with the wax buildup method, and I really would love to try my hand at engraving. But I'm thinking about doing an in-person class for that because I know that there's a lot to do with how to prepare your gravers. The main thing that I am making in the studio right now are rings. I have barely sat down at my wire workstation at all. I've been almost exclusively at the bench. The rings did so well last year. I couldn't keep them stocked in all the sizes that people wanted, and I can't wait to try to make more of them this year. I was really trying to get many of them made in January so I could kind of have stock for the first part of the year, but it never works out the way you want it to, and I have not made nearly as many rings as I wanted to. But that's okay. I will get there. I have a lot of fun stones to work with, and the gem show is coming up. I am having a little trouble selling the rings online. I've been posting them on Instagram. I have a few on the website. It definitely seems to be more of a challenge than selling them in person. I also would really love to do more with pre-orders and stones so that I can make the sizes that people are looking for because honestly, I refuse to resize rings. I hate doing it so much and it's just not worth it for me to go through all that work and all that fear. I would rather just make a new ring from scratch. On the personal side, something that I've been trying to make into a habit and really trying to figure out how it works with my day is I'm going to the gym. I was pretty into running hardcore for like, I don't know, at least 10 years. And then once I moved to Las Vegas, my life changed so much that I could just never really come up with a routine again. Since that obviously wasn't working and I've been trying for several years, I decided to pivot and really try something new. I'm loving it. Oh my gosh, I'm really loving it. I thought I'd be bored. I thought I might feel annoyed with all the people around, but it kind of gives me energy. I think it's so important for us to keep our bodies and minds healthy, or we're never going to be able to unleash our true creativity. You know, creativity really comes out during times of lower stress. It's really hard to be creative when you're put on the spot or you're under a lot of stress, especially financial stress, or like your body just doesn't feel good. We'll see how consistent I can be. Honestly, guys, that really wraps it up. I know that that wasn't a lot going on this week, and we're gonna have weeks like that. So if your week was more interesting than mine or less interesting, feel free to tell me about it in the comments. I'm gonna put the Lucy Walker info in the show notes. I don't have an affiliate link or anything with her. I just truly liked her classes. See you guys next week.